Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a love reading for the month of April for the zodiac sign of Gemini. You can apply these energies to your sun, moon, or rising sign. Cross watchers are welcome as well. And I'm just starting this series of love-related zodiac sign readings on this channel, so I would love to hear your feedback about this format in the comments section of the video. And I'm going to start with the channel announcements before I get into the reading. If you would like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop. There's a link in the description box of the video for that. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking that out. And I've launched a second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lady of the Dawn Tarot. There's a link in the description box as well as in the channel section of my page for that. The format over there is pick-a-cards and general energy check-ins related to spirituality, wellness, ascension, and self-love. And I also just started a zodiac sign reading series for general collective energies. I just released the first 6 videos for the month of April, and I'm going to finish out the series tomorrow. So if any of that sounds interesting, I invite you to check that channel out. I thank you for your support over there as well as for your continued support here on this channel. So as far as this reading goes, I'm going to be getting 3 cards, 3 clarifiers, and closing it out with some guidance. So Gemini, what do the energies of love look like for you for the month of April? Okay, we have the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the 7 of Wands. So for some of you, this can be big energy right here. The Hierophant is a card of marriage. It is a card of union. This can even talk about a recognition on somebody's part that you are their soulmate, you are their counterpart, and a desire to bring this connection down from the energetic realms into physical reality. Somebody who may have been kind of overwhelmed by their feelings in the past, was a little bit uncertain, maybe they were hesitant to commit. There's a turning of the page in this situation, and somebody who had fought their feelings is now fighting for the connection. And it feels like a very significant step, something that may be long awaited between you and this individual, with 2 out of these 3 cards being major arcana here. This is something where even if in the month of April it just starts off with that aha moment, and then they start to kind of make their way towards you to retrace their steps to that kind of crossroads decision point. They come to this place of certainty and are, doing what they need to do to maybe prepare for that next serious step between the 2 of you. Something to do with monogamy, maybe even popping the question. It can be something that whatever this decision point is in the month of April, whatever occurs between the 2 of you in the physical realm, in the etheric realm, it's a game changer for kind of the next phase of your cycle or situation with this individual. It really does speak to the idea of, as above, so below. It's kind of like, bringing down a manifestation into the physical world, into the physical reality of this high vibrational romantic connection that you've been seeking. This can also talk about the appearance, the manifestation, or the nearing of your divine counterpart. If this is someone you haven't met yet, or even just somebody that you're dealing with where you haven't, necessarily talked about feelings, or maybe it's even just like a romantic connection. Things are very kind of like mundane between the 2 of you. There's something that's really kind of clued in for this person during the month of April of the significance of you, that this is more than just an ordinary connection. It almost encourages them to fight past any obstacles internally or externally that stand in the way of solidifying this connection. This is a sense of somebody really realizing, recognizing, maybe getting signs from the divine that you are the one. You are the one that they've been searching for. You are the one that they've been seeking. And rather than allow you to just kind of slip through their fingers, they're fighting very much then through the month of April and kind of in the months to come to bring this connection into more of a solid form, to create that closeness with one another, fighting through any kind of like nervousness, any kind of indecision, any kind of overwhelm in order to open their heart to you, speak some kind of truth, have those conversations, lay those plans in place for kind of the long-term future of the connection. It's two people who hold the key to one another's hearts, and the recognition and the realization, like two people being on the same page about this. So this can even tie into somebody new that you meet, and it's just like this instant spark and this instant connection that then begins this kind of like roller coaster or this whirlwind, maybe even leading into this energy of that spark and that recognition, and then in the months to come is kind of like fighting oneself, is sort of like, well, what do I do with this? This is so unexpected. I've never felt this way before. It begins that kind of like level or layer of a journey. So I'm going to get the clarifiers now and see what else you need to know. Okay, we have Strength, Page of Wands, and the Star. Wow, so two more major arcana. So definitely the month of April is going to be really significant for you as far as love is concerned, Gemini. Whether this is somebody new coming in, that forever person, that soulmate, that counterpart, it's almost like you two have honed in on one another's beacons across time and space. The stars are aligning. Or somebody who's starting to really, through that recognition, through their openness, their willingness to kind of like not fight against these energies, but to work with these energies. It's something that creates necessary balance, energetically speaking, to where things are really going to start to fall into place with you, and kind of the future that you're able to build with one another, or again, somebody who might just be manifesting into your life for the first time, that this is a very kind of critical, it's a pivotal point for you. And interestingly, the only two minor arcana we have are both Wands energy. And this idea of like the Page of Wands, he's holding just a single wand, and then we've got the Seven of Wands, so Eight of Wands, some kind of communication, something that may be expressed, or again, it's this sense of certainty, this inner kind of knowing, this instinct and intuition, that you are the one for each other, and sort of like fighting those fears, being very successful in that battle in a lot of ways, perhaps even a little bit of being kind of torn. This Page of Wands can talk about sort of like distraction in some manner. So, if this is like a new connection, and this kind of like this spark or this awareness, something like opens up for this individual and opens up for you, about these kind of like next level layers to these feelings, to this dynamic with one another, then begins the process of, kind of that internal balance. But that this is almost like, this is like a ground zero point. This is a very critical point here in the month of April. This can even talk about things that are being that are occurring in kind of like the higher realms with the Hierophant and the Star here, and again bringing that down into a place of alignment in the material world with the Lovers and Strength. And it's really bringing to mind, the balancing of kind of like the fears and the hopes and possibilities. Somebody really working up their courage to fight for this connection, to communicate some kind of truth. Maybe have that conversation, say those words that have been very, just kind of like lingering in the air between the two of you. And it's something which really, it helps to propel the connection into a new direction. If this is like a person you're in no contact with, and they've really been kind of like fighting themselves, they reach a place of balance within themselves in a pretty major way this month that opens the doors or gets them into a place of, being at that kind of like final stage of getting the pieces together to deliver some kind of truth to you, to open those lines of communication once again, if things had been kind of cut off, or it feels like it might be a lot of sort of things that had been unspoken, these sort of like intuitive hits, this inner knowing that has yet to really be discussed fully and openly in the material world. and what's occurring right now in the month of April, all of these energies, it's a doorway, it's a balancing that has this kind of like very large effect as far as, you know, the stability that the two of you are then able to create, kind of the future of this connection. You close out some kind of cycle internally within one another, and kind of internally, personally. And again, that idea of this alignment in the higher realms it's really, this is that pivot point to manifesting that in a more concrete way, going through that process of balance and kind of bringing that down, grounding that down into the material reality. As above, so below is definitely the theme for you as far as love is concerned this month. So a new person coming in that is that one you've been seeking. This can definitely be somebody that, if it's a new person sparking your interest, or you're opening the door to love for somebody that, you know, this is your forever person that you're encountering, or your forever person kind of making substantial steps, having that, you know, profound kind of awakening energy within themselves that motivates them to move back in your direction in the months to come. So I'm going to get the guidance for you. Can be mantras that you incorporate into your kind of daily self-love routine, something that you keep in mind through the month of April to capitalize on these energies, foster these energies into being. Okay, and we have, I hear benevolent messages loud and clear. I am my own healer. Yeah, so that confirmation right there of answering that call, something shifting, some kind of an awareness of like the energies of forever, the energies of certainty. This is my person. This is the one. Trusting that intuition, trusting the steps that you are guided to take, and also knowing that this other individual is being guided as well. That it's a process of kind of like moving into one another's lives. Mountains are being moved to make way for this connection and love. And before I get into the second affirmation here, I wanted to touch on zodiac signs. So this can relate to people that you're dealing with, for example. We have Taurus with the Hierophant. The Lovers is your energy, Gemini. With the Wands, we have fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Strength is Leo, and the star is Aquarius. So the other affirmation is, my heart and mind are unified in spirit. So another beautiful confirmation of this idea of as above, so below. Union is definitely in the air, this kind of like higher level union, substantial steps, a substantial kind of like shifting internally within somebody, within you, even two people becoming very aware of one another, the significance of the connection, kind of the implications beyond just the mundane, coming into a place of alignment with one another, mind, body, and soul. So definitely, you know, this encouragement to just keep up whatever practices that you have going on this month, or that you've been using up to this point in time, but especially this month, you know, continue becoming that love that you have been seeking, because it's working. You are affecting change in ways you can't even realize. The idea of like the stars aligning, the universe really colluding with you and this other individual in the higher realms to bring this down into material reality. It's very important to, you know, follow that intuition, keep that balance, you know, keep perspective, keep grounded, and, you know, be very open and receptive to kind of the nudges and the signs, and in a receptive place to be able to recognize and to receive that higher level love that you have been craving and seeking. So those are your messages, Gemini. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.